Hey, today I'm talking about the Jurassic World trilogy. The names of those three films are Jurassic World, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and Jurassic World Dominion. But first up is Jurassic World. This is a 2015 film starring Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. And the basic premise is they officially opened Jurassic Park. But wouldn't you know it, after a decade of being in existence, people have gotten over how cool dinosaurs are. So what do? They have to invent new, fancier ones in order to reinvigorate the public's interest in the park and accidentally make the most perfect predator ever to exist. Okay, so what's going on with this film? This is going to be just kind of scattershot thoughts. Firstly, Jake Johnson's in this, and he is a delight. I wish he would have been a main character or would have came back. I love Jake Johnson a lot. New Girl is incredible, and he is so funny. There's that little scene where Bryce Dallas Howard predicted that Jake Johnson was going to knock his cup over, so she moved the bucket over and caught it. I thought that was great. I don't know why they did that. That was a really interesting thing. I feel like that was meant to foreshadow something. I don't know if it actually did foreshadow something. It was a cool moment though. I don't really get why they chose to do music swelling as we just look at the park when like all the other movies music swells as we see the dinosaurs. Like I guess it is cool to finally see people at Jurassic Park, but like, I don't know, it's just people and buildings. Like dinosaurs are cool, not buildings. I mean, buildings are cool, but you know what I mean. As kind of silly as training the raptors is, I did like it. I think it's the next logical step, and like trying to militarize the raptors or just dinosaurs in general also makes sense. Like, why would capitalists want to invest money into something if they can't get 10 times as much money out of it? And like the military industrial complex is a giant money sink, so like it makes sense that they would want to use this stuff for that, even though, you know, it is silly. I remember thinking the first time I saw this, just like how insanely violent the death of the babysitter is and how taken aback I was by it, because like in a lot of these movies, the people who die the most violent deaths are like the most morally reprehensible ones, you know, the blood-sucking lawyers and whatnot. But like all she did was just kind of not care about children, which is fair. Like that's not her job. So yeah, it was strange. But then what made it even more strange was like the kids saw her die violently, and then whilst people are getting maimed around them, they see Chris Pratt and they're like, who's your boyfriend? Wink wink. And I'm like, this is so tonally out of place. What is happening right now? Which I feel sums up a lot of the movie. I will say, despite it being incredibly dumb at times, it was still fun and exciting. Like it did take me on a journey. Did I have to shut off my brain a bit? Yes. But I enjoyed the ride. I especially liked Bryce and Chris as leads. I think they worked good together. Chris isn't just doing Star-Lord again. He's doing this weird silent jerk thing, but it works in this instant. I like Bryce a lot. She's a fun, charismatic lead. And honestly, the end was a lot of fun. I liked the dinosaur team-up thing. It was ridiculous, but like it worked for me. Does this reach the heights of the original? Oh, hell no. But, you know, for a big, dumb, fun popcorn movie, you could do a lot worse. So yeah, no, I enjoyed this a good solid amount, and I would totally recommend it. You don't need to have seen any of the other ones, but you should probably watch at least the first one before going into this one, because it is iconic and amazing. So yeah, no, solid film, bit dumb, but definitely still worth a watch. Next up is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This is a 2018 film. In fact, it is one of my least liked films of 2018. I did not want to go see this movie then. I still vividly remember that night because a cute girl was like, hey, let's go see this movie. And I'm like, okay, fine. And then we did, and I didn't like it. And then we got ice cream, and that was pretty good. So I was going into this with pretty dang low expectations because of how much I did not care for it the first time around. And I would say it didn't hurt me as much this time. It wasn't good, but it wasn't as painful as I was anticipating. The island has been abandoned, and now this guy who apparently used to be Hammond's best bud back in the day wants to bring all those dinosaurs back into his own little sanctuary, but maybe there's something else that's shady going on as well that I will talk about in a minute because it's dumb. There's a lot of really dumb humor in this movie that I really truly hated. stupid. Great, for instance, is the scene where Chris Pratt is half paralyzed and he's like running away from lava. That's just so stupid. Anything with Justice Smith was just terrible. I like him as an actor, but I hated him in this. His character is just so incredibly annoying and whiny. It's meant to be funny, it's meant to be the comic relief, but it does not work. I did like his partner, played by Daniela Pinetti. She's very cute and fun. I like her vibe. I mean, she's also attractive, which helps, but you know, whatever. I didn't like that they reset the Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard relationship back to basically where it was in the beginning of the first one, just a little bit more awkward. That was just a dumb choice, like just expand it, I don't know. Them escaping the island during the volcano explosion had very dumb moments. It was still fun, still kept my attention. The end was kind of sweet, sad moment. The second half of the film was definitely not good. So much of it just doesn't make any sense. Like, the whole point is that the assistant to this billionaire is selling all of these dinosaurs off to fund new research, but like, he's in control of a billionaire's money. So he has literally billions of dollars at his disposal, right? But he's selling these dinosaurs at like 10 million a pop, which like, it costs 10 million just to bring that dinosaur to here. He's not making any money. Also, he's in charge of a billionaire's dollars. 10 million is freaking nothing to him. So riled up about that. There's a little clone kid in this. She was fine. I don't know. I kind of like her a little bit more than the last one, but I don't know. It's whatever. It is silly and ridiculous, but fine. I liked Blue. Blue was a lot of fun in this. The main raptor. She's fun. I will say it did hold my attention the entire time, and it didn't hurt me. So yeah, I didn't like this movie or the experience, but I didn't like it. It's just a solid meh. Would I recommend it? No. Maybe intoxicated. Sober? No. It's not great. So yeah. And lastly is Jurassic World Dominion. So, spoilers to the end of the last one. Dinosaurs escaped out into the world and now they're just everywhere. Also, locusts are destroying specific crops. This really truly feels like two movies slammed in together and then not mixed well. Because you got like the Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard story with their adopted clone daughter trying to rescue her and also Blue's Jesus baby back from the evil corporate people. And then also is the original three actors from the first Jurassic Park investigating the locust with like the flimsiest premise possible, and it's just really dumb and I hate it a lot. I feel like they did a strong disservice to all of those actors. I really hope they got paid a lot because wow, that story was incredibly dumb. I will say there's something special about seeing Sam Neill. He's just always a delight. He doesn't do a whole lot in this and has some incredibly dumb moments, but it is like a nice warm hug to see Sam Neill again. Him teaming up with Laura Dern didn't really make sense. She wants him to come with him to be a witness to her committing corporate theft. So yeah, that's strange. Like, I guess like they were good buds like 30 years ago and haven't really kept in contact since, but he's the only person that she trusts apparently. And then Jeff Goldblum is just there doing stuff, being completely unnecessary. So yeah, fun times. There was a lot of plot and like, man, it was hard for me to just keep track of like who's doing what and where and why and how did people get here and do these people know each other. There's just so many different storylines and so many different characters. There's just so much going on. I had to stop and think about stuff a couple times just to like make sure I was following what's happening. That being said, I did like the pilot lady. She's gorgeous and I thought her character was interesting. Mostly just the gorgeous thing though. So I was okay with her inclusion. Yeah, it's just too many different things going on at once. Also, there's a lot of humor in the third act that does not work. The third act together just felt so bad and didn't work. Like the way they forced all of the main characters to come together felt so incredibly unnatural, and then their interactions felt very stiff and wooden. Forced is the perfect word to describe the whole situation because it just doesn't make sense. And then like the way they're awkwardly doing like, you guys do this task and you guys do this task and you guys do this task. task and everyone's doing like their fetch quest or whatever, and it just doesn't work because it just doesn't mean anything. And then like the stupid fight scene at the end with the T-Rex and the other dinosaur and the third dinosaur all coming together, and the part where the one breathes fire, like they just threw it in there because they needed a big action set piece thing for the end, but there's no reason for it. It's completely unmotivated. At least in most of the other ones, big action set piece things are motivated. So I didn't really care for this movie. It's another meh. It's borderline didn't like. It didn't hurt me. That's kind of why I decided to keep it in the meh. So yeah, would I recommend it? No, definitely not. It's so bad. It's so bad. How did it make so much money? Oh my God. It's so bad. So yeah, no, don't watch it. It's bad. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Jurassic World sitting at number 41 in the Kawaii-like section. And then after that is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom sitting number 74 in the meh section. And then bringing up the rear, rightfully so, is Jurassic World Dominion sitting number 77, again in the meh category. And this is out of a total of 84 old movies so far this year.